The Incredible Greatness of His Power by J.C. Philpot. I pray that you will begin to understand the incredible greatness of His power to us who believe Him. Ephesians 1:19. The work of God on the soul is a work of sovereign and omnipotent power. See what a mighty power was put forth in turning us from darkness to light, and from the power of Satan unto God, and how it was the outstretched arm of omnipotence alone, which could deliver us from the power of darkness, and bring us into the eternal heavenly kingdom. Consider the difficulties which grace has to overcome in the quickening of a dead soul into spiritual life. View the depths of the fall. Contemplate the death of the soul in trespasses and sins, the thorough alienation from the life of God, the darkness, blindness, and ignorance of the understanding, the perverseness of the will, the hardness of the conscience, and the depravity of the affections. View the soul's obduracy, stubbornness, and obstinacy, its pride, unbelief, infidelity, and self-righteousness, its passionate love to, habitual practice of, and long imprisonment to sin. Consider its strong prejudices against everything godly and holy. Contemplate the desperate, implacable enmity of the carnal mind against God Himself, its firm and deep-rooted love to the world in all its varied shapes and forms, and remember also how all its hopes, happiness, and prospects are bound up in the things of time and sense. Oh, what a complicated mass of difficulties do all these foes form in their firm combination, like a compact, well-armed, thoroughly trained army, against any power which would seek to dislodge them from their position. Add to this all the power, malice, and deceitful arts of Satan as the strong-armed man, keeping the palace night and day, and yielding to none but the stronger than he. Consider, too, the sacrifices which must often be made by one who is to live godly in Christ Jesus. The tenderest ties, perhaps, to be broken, the lucrative prospects which have to be abandoned, old friends to be renounced, family connections to be given up, position in life to be lost, shame and contempt to be entailed on oneself. Viewing, then, a soul dead in sin, with all these difficulties and obstacles in their complicated array, must we not pronounce that to be a mighty act of power which, in spite of all these apparently invincible hindrances, lifts it up and out of them all into a new and spiritual life? So fully and thoroughly is this fruit and effect of omnipotent power, and of omnipotent power alone, that it is spoken of in the Word as a new and heavenly birth, a new creation, a resurrection, all which terms imply a putting forth of a divine power, as distinct from and independent of any creature effort. Contemplate also the mighty power of God in maintaining divine life in our soul. We have to see and feel what mountains of difficulty, what seas of temptation, what winds and storms of error, what assaults and snares of Satan, what floods of vileness and ungodliness within and without, strong lusts and passions, what secret slips and falls, what backslidings and departures from the living God, what long seasons of darkness, barrenness, and death, what opposition of the flesh to the straight and narrow way, what crafty hypocrites, pretended friends, false professors, all striving to throw down or entangle our steps. Consider also what helplessness, inability, and miserable impotency in ourselves to do all that is good, and what headlong proneness to all that is evil. We have also to ponder over what we have been, and what we still are, since we professed to fear God, and how, when left to ourselves, we have done nothing but sin against and provoke God to His face. And thus, as read over article by article, this long dark catalogue, still to have a sweet persuasion that the life of God is in our soul, we realize, believe, and feel, and bless God for his surpassing, superabounding grace in maintaining this divine life in our soul. Quote, "Where sin abounded, grace did much more abound." Unquote.